Hi everyone! Today we have a special country to talk about. But first, let's see if you can guess which country it is. It is a small country located in Europe. Also, it's home of the tulips. The official language is Dutch, but some people can speak English, French, and German. It's a super secure country where the majority of the jails have been closed. Also, Belgium and German have been friends with that country. Can you guess? Yes, the country is Netherlands. So now we're going to give a real important information about this country. So in the future, it can be a destination you would like to travel and to expand your knowledge about Netherlands. Netherlands is a very small country located between Belgium and Germany. Some statistics have shown that Netherlands has a population of 17.44 million. Dutch people are really honest and open-minded. At the beginning, they can be a little bit distant, but with time, you will notice that they are really funny and intelligent.
Now, one of the most important historical events is the 80-Year War. It was a conflict between the Netherlands and Spain. This, since the 7 united provinces, currently known as the Netherlands, wanted independence from Spain. This happened between 1568 to 1648. So on January 30th, 1648, the Treaty of Munster was established to declare peace.
Now let's talk about the culture of this amazing country. The first thing will be the traditional dishes. First up, we have hot pot. It is a popular winter dish. The main ingredients are potatoes, onion, carrots, and some braised beef or meatballs. The recipe originated in 1574 when the Spanish troops forced the people to live late in city. It was a time when the people were starving, so they mixed together the potatoes, onions, and carrots, and enjoyed the food. The dish is eaten on October 3rd by Dutch people to celebrate the release of the sea. Now we have the panenkoek. The panenkoek has been a local dish of the Netherlands for centuries. This dish is really popular because people can put different toppings like bacon, salmon, cheese, apple, chocolate, powdered sugar, or syrup, making the dish savory or sweet. The panenkoek is considered breakfast, lunch, and dessert by Dutch people. Now we move to one important festival, King's Day. One of the most important Dutch festivals is the celebration of Willem Alexander's birthday, the King, which takes place on April 27. That day, everybody dresses up in the color orange and celebrates on the streets in honor of the King. We cannot forget about the traditional clothing. Every region of the Netherlands has their own traditional clothing, but the most common clothing is, for women, ankle-length dress with long sleeves, aprons, and small fitting cloth hat and wooden shoes. And the men wear a very traditional costume with a long-sleeve button-up shirt, loose, plaited from pants, neck wrap, hat, and wooden shoes.
Now, we need to say that people of the Netherlands discover some places that are the most attractive to the tourist. The most prominent are the Hooge National Park because it is the largest reserve in the country and you can find beautiful woodlands, sculptures, and animal species. Also, we have the Anne Frank House in Amsterdam, where their family hid during the Second World War. As well, in this country we can find a lot of popular figures, but we are going to talk about two of them. More than 50 goals for the Netherlands were scored by Robin van Persie. He is considered one of the best strikers of his generation and is known for his time at Manchester United, Arsenal, and the Turkish club Fenerbahce. The Netherlands was represented by him in FIFA World Cups and UEFA European Championships. He is currently retired. Also, Wilhelmina of the Netherlands had ruled the country for 58 years. The recovery from the economic crisis was made by Guillermina of the Netherlands. She was able to hold the Netherlands in neutrality during the World War I and II, and act like a true monarch does. Her family was one of the royal houses that managed to remain despite time.
But every country has its own problems, and the Netherlands has them too. The biggest problem the Netherlands currently has are the environmental problems. Since it has a loss of biodiversity as a result of agriculture, climate change problems caused by carbon emissions from transportation, which cost billions of euros to combat these environmental problems. In fact, More than 30 billion of euros is being spent by Netherlands to combat this environmental damage. And the second problem we can find is the sinking of the Netherlands. It is a problem that is already happening and will continue to happen every year. All this as a consequence of global warming, since it will cause the sea level to rise rapidly. Therefore, it will cause large extensions of land to be flooded in the not too distant future. So, some of the infrastructure and the economy that means to slow down this problem will be affected by the sinking of the Netherlands.
So, if you have the opportunity to travel to the Netherlands, it is important that you know these aspects. The coin that has been used by the Netherlands is the euro. If we're talking about religion, the 52% of the people are Christians, Catholics, and Protestants, and the 5.3% are Muslims. The political system of the Netherlands is organized in a parliamentary monarchy. Finally, the color that represents the Netherlands is orange because it is the color of the royal house.
And to conclude, we can say that the Netherlands is one of the most iconic and incredible European countries to visit. We have to say that it is one of the safest countries with a low crime rate throughout its history, and without neglecting the incredible landscapes and beautiful locations that can be found. But not everything is good. Environmental crises are being faced by the Netherlands that will harm the lifestyle of many inhabitants. Even though the Netherlands has problems, its culture has a large number of traditions, festivities, distinctive clothing, and special dishes that make the Netherlands unique. So if you're thinking of visiting a country where its culture is its essence, beautiful landscapes, and completely safe, Netherlands is your best destination.
Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way.